Hello friends, welcome to this video where we'll see about the rectification of errors using a suspense account. So without any further ado, let us move into the video. Before we talk about the rectification of errors with suspense account, we need to know about two important terms, that is one-sided errors and double-sided errors. As the name itself suggests, if the error is only on the one side, that is either the debit or the credit side, that is it affects only one account, then it is called one-sided error. On the other hand, if an error is made in the two accounts and it affects debit and credit side, then it is called a double-sided error. So here are a few examples of one-sided and double-sided errors. Making a mistake in the amount while entering in the sales ledger alone causes an imbalance only on the credit side. So it affects only one account and only on one side. So it is a one-sided error. At the same time, if we make the mistake in both sales and cash ledgers, then we have made the mistake in two sides. Sales, which is on the credit side, cash, which is on the debit side, and is affecting two accounts. So it is called a double-sided error. So how do we rectify these two types of errors? One-sided errors can only be rectified by a suspense account, whereas double-sided errors can either be rectified by a suspense account or by a simple journal entry itself. It is important to note that even if we rectify it with the suspense account, we pass only journal entries. The journal entries will have a suspense account when we rectify it using a suspense account. On the other hand, if we do not use a suspense account, the journal entry will not have the suspense account. So let us take an example and learn this process fully. So here I have taken a simple illustration. Sold goods for rupees 500. So what should have we done here? We have to debit cash account with 500 because cash is coming in, and we have to credit sales account with 500 because goods is going out. So now let us see the specimen of the ledgers. The sales account, we have recorded the amounts perfectly and the ledger is picture perfect. So we have not made any error in the sales account. On the other hand, in the cash account, without recording it as 500, we have recorded it as 5000. So it is a recording mistake of the amount. So let us see how this mistake induces a suspense account and how to rectify the same. For simple understanding, we are posting only this transaction into the trial balance. So the sales account balance will be 500 on the credit side and the cash account will have a 5000 balance on the debit side. As all of us think, since it is only a transaction, only one transaction, it is obvious that sales and cash should tally and we can find the mistake. But imagine if we are having n number of accounts, then it is not possible to locate the error here itself. So we are introducing the suspense account. So imagine only this transaction, this induces a suspense account, and let us see how to rectify. The suspense account is introduced on the credit side, which is 4500. Because 500 is already there on the credit side, only 4500 is less for tallying the 5000. So we have introduced the suspense account. Now the suspense account has a credit side balance of 4500. Now, as the trial balance did not tally only, we introduced the suspense account. By checking the cash ledger, we located the error also because we had only two ledgers. So it is very easy to locate. Even if we have many ledgers also, by following the procedures listed in the previous video, we can easily locate the errors. Now, after locating the same, the next step is to rectify it. For that, as I said in the beginning, we have to pass journal entries only. Those journal entries which are passed to rectify errors are called as rectification entries. So if it is a one-sided error, the rectification entry will have a suspense account, and if it is a double-sided error, the journal entry may or may not have a suspense account. Now the suspense account has a credit balance of 4,500 and cash account has an excess debit balance of 4,500. These are the two things that we already know. Now how do we pass this entry? This is a very simple transaction, so we can easily pass. But a general rule for rectifying any entry is we have to move to the opposite side. That is from debit side to credit side. If the error is done on the debit side, to rectify it, we have to reverse it and pass the journal entry on the credit side. At the same time, if the error is on the credit side, then we have to reverse it and pass the journal entry on the debit side. So let us explain this more. That is, if there is a debit of 500 and credit of 500 in the same account, then the balance of that account will turn to be 0. So a debit of 500, if suppose it is wrongly debited, to correct it, what should we do? We have to credit the same account with 500. So it will nullify. Plus 500 minus 500. So the balance will turn to be 0. So this is the simple logic. We have to move to the opposite side to correct. What did we do here? The debit side was debited wrongly with 500 rupees. So correct it by moving it to the opposite side. We are moving that 500 to the opposite side, that is the credit side, and we are correcting the error. So a debit or credit can be nullified and corrected only with the corresponding opposite entry. With this understanding, let us move into correcting the error. The suspense account has a credit balance and cash account has an excess debit balance. So to correct the error in the suspense account which has a credit balance, we have to move the suspense account to the debit side. Similarly, that is, cash account has an excess debit balance. So we have to credit cash account. Both have the same amount error called 4,500. Now let us pass the journal entry by debiting suspense account with 4,500 and crediting cash account with 4,500. So the journal rectification entry would be suspense account debtor to cash account. Respectively, each amount is 4,500 and 4,500. Let us see the effect of this entry and how it rectifies the error as such. It is not enough only if we just pass the journal entry by following the rule. We have to know why are we doing that journal entry and how does this correct this error. So come, let us see the rectified ledgers now. So the cash account ledger, previously we had by balance CD 5000 to sales 5000 and then we have carried forward the balance as 5000. Now the journal entry was suspense account debtor to cash account. So cash account was credited by 4,500. So we are recording that in this ledger by crediting on the cash ledger saying by suspense account 4,500. Now when you balance it, the debit side has 5,000, the credit side has 4,500. Now the balance would be 500 and the new rectified balance would be 500 of the cash account. So sales balance is also 500, cash balance is also 500. We are done with the transaction. Now the next thing is we have to remove the suspense account from the trial balance. So let us see the suspense account ledger. We have prepared the suspense account and the suspense account had a credit side balance of 4,500. So on the credit side of the suspense account, we have written by balance brought down 4,500. In the journal entry, we have debited suspense account saying suspense account debtor to cash with 4,500. So applying that here, we are debiting this suspense account saying to cash account 4,500. So the debit side equals to the credit side and the suspense account is tallied and there is no more existence of this suspense account. As we can see here, the effects of the errors are nullified and corrected by the rectification entry. So a summary of this video would be, we have seen what are the one-sided and double-sided errors, and we have seen how to rectify the errors using the suspense account. A hint or one tagline would be, move to the opposite side. You can use this rule for rectifying any kind of errors, and this would really help you. And next we have learned what are the rectification entries and how do the rectification entries correct the errors. Hope this video was useful for all of you. So till we meet again in the next video, this is Sangeeta Selvan. Thank you.